Hello there, my name is Patience, a consultant for a global business strategy consulting firm at Acme Company. And I know you guys are from the company's leadership team, and I would like to welcome you in our first meeting, which is going to be at the same time check-in, and I will share with you some of the major components of the reports I've been working on. Actually, the reports had two parts. The first part are like kind of 2 points. The first one is postal analysis, where I was analyzing the different countries like France, India, and China, as well as the Vietnam, where the company want to expand to. And the second point was more of hosted culture comparison, where I was comparing the three countries with the United States. Those countries, China, France, and India. So the second part of the report was more about risk and rewards, where I had to define like the key terms and concept of how, and I was kind of explaining how each terms and concept affect global business, and explain why each pose a potential risk and benefit. Actually, this is the point we're going to talk about in this meeting, and the key terms or concept I'm going to share with you are the three. The first one is exchange rate. We also talk about trade barriers as well as import and exports. So, starting from the exchange rate, according to Investopedia.com, it is one of the most important determination of country's relative level of economic health. It is defined as the value of one currency in terms of another currency. When you try to convert one currency value to another currency, you find like does exchange rate helpful. So, taking an example, the value of like $1 to euro is 0.90883, which is going to be different to the value of $1 to the Indian loop. Like this is the currency used in India. It's 66.6098, and the value of $1 to yuan, which is the currency used in China, it's 6.77086. This is according to online currency converter. So then talk about the trade barriers. In line with the econ.org, it is a limitation or restriction imposed on the flow of international goods and services by the government. This is done actually to make the imported goods and services less competitive than those goods and services made locally in the country. So the common trade barriers is known as tariff, which is a tax imposed on the imports. However, not everything that prevents or restrict trade can be taken as trade barriers. This is from the what is trade barriers now that. So turning to the imports and exports, um, like the goods and services that are about abroad refer to the imports, like those country choose to buy from another country, and the certain goods sold outside the country, that is what you call exports. So there are some effects associated with this concept I've been talking about for global business. Like for the exchange rate, if the rate of one country is high, it affect this affect other countries as the money loss varies. This poses potential risk in case it can be operating, for instance, in Vietnam. For the Acme country, Acme widget company is operating in, they say, in Vietnam, and the dollar rate increase, the product will be expensive, and the money will have no value. So for the trade barriers, more effect are there also. For instance, in case India can have heavy barriers to United States, this poses potential risk to the company as it cannot get favorable working price. The product cannot come from USA and go to India because of those trade barriers. They can even get there, but it's not gonna be easy for the product to get there. So for the import and export, Acme widget company can be affected in case it has no large market to its product to export its product. So this product, or it is not allowed to buy like products from the outside United States. So that's gonna also affect the import export for the company. So thank you so much for your time and coming for this meeting. That was all I want to share with you guys, and I will communicate you for the next meeting, because we're going to work together for this idea of Archimedes company. Thank you so much for coming, guys.